All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to do a fuel filter on a Mark 5 06 Volkswagen GTI, and this is it right here. I usually use Rock Auto for my parts. If you get the wrong part, it's probably user error, but whenever it comes down to the fuel filter, it should be one of the easiest things that you are able to replace, and I'm going to show you exactly how right now. So obviously we got the fuel filter in the box right there, but to show you guys exactly where it is, you want to go underneath the passenger side. So whenever you go underneath the passenger side, you're going to see this silver canister right here. This is actually going to be the fuel filter. You also have a screw right there holding it on, all of that good stuff. This should be pretty easy to replace, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how right now. All right, so here's my fuel filter. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the fuel pressure to die down just a tad because I did just drive and get this from my mailbox. So I'm gonna wait a little bit for the fuel pressure to die down, but I did go with Bosch. So I did go with somewhat of an OEM type. So this is definitely what you want. So given that we are gonna be working underneath the vehicle, you definitely do want a jack stand, and most importantly, you do wanna chalk it up to make sure that there is no shifting in the car so you don't get smushed. But whenever you come down here, you got your fuel filter. But whenever you see the screw, you're gonna want to use a hand screwdriver. If you use a power tool, given that this screw is exposed to all the elements, it's probably gonna strip. All right, so I kind of fast forwarded a little bit in the process just to kind of make sure that I'm not wasting any of y'all's time. But whenever you come down here, you do have that screw that I got off without stripping it. Hallelujah. And then you got on the lines, you have these little push tabs. So if you can't get it by hand, if it's a little seized up, I would recommend getting a flathead and going nice and securely on it. Don't put too much pressure on it where you're gonna break it, but be ready to dodge all of this gasoline that's gonna come out. All right, and to get this bracket off, you just want to be really careful. I used a little bit of a flat blade screwdriver just to kind of pop it, and then you should just be able to get it right out. Let's get that piece unstuck. After that piece is unstuck, it should come right out. We're going to go in and get our new filter, bring it right over, and we're just going to repeat the process backwards. All right, so whenever you put it on, it's kind of like a plug and play. You just click, click, click. And then whenever you get this back up, you just screw it. Make sure you don't strip it when you're putting it back on. You got this back bracket right here that you want to make sure is flush against the back of the filter. And then you just want to screw it down. And there we go. Easy as that. We got it all nice and secure. That's how you do your fuel filter on a Mark 5 06 GTI. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let the vehicle down. And I'm going to make sure it's nice and level so the fuel doesn't lean on one side. And then we're just going to start up and make sure it works. Here goes nothing, dude. So whenever you're done with the job, you absolutely want to start it up, and you want to go while it's on to the fuel filter, and you want to make sure that there's no leaks, nothing like that, just to make sure that you did the job in its entirety. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will go ahead and wrap up how you do a fuel filter on your 06 Volkswagen GTI Mark 5. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll answer whatever I can.